All right. Welcome to World of Satchwork Codes or whatever it is. I don't have a name for this. Anyways, uh, want to keep working on database management. So we did some basic queries on our movie database that we built, uh, and I want to show you a couple things. One, we're going to look at group by and having those particular clauses and what they do. Also, we can look at some subqueries and see if we can do some more elaborate things with our database. Okay, so with that being said, let me share my screen to you all. Okay, there we go. I can bring this down a little bit because I like to have as much room as possible when I'm coding. Okay, so let's do this. What we want to do is well, let me pull up my database first and get that started. hmm Let's see if it's movie DB. Yep. All right, cool. So I'm in my database now. And let's do this. Let's say we what I want to do is I want to um select I want to see all the how many movies are in each genre. Okay. Um so let's start off with this. I'm going to write a query. Let's see. Let me make right. What we want to do is we want to do it right here. What we want to do is um find the genres with the most movies. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. That'll be our challenge: finding the genres with the most movies. I'll say the top three. Yeah, we'll say find the top three genres with the most movies. Okay, so that's our challenge. Okay, and we want to make this pretty simple. What we don't want to do is have this full list of movies and genres and then having to go down each row and do a little tally mark for each genre. Oh, this is a comedy, this is a western, this is a thriller. We don't want to go and do a tally. We have written up our database, and it provides some capabilities that will allow us to find that information. Okay, because sometimes you will need to uh, make reports. Okay, on the data that you have, and so that's what we want to do. Okay, so the first thing I want to do, um, if we want to find the top three genres with the most movies, let's start off by, let's say, we'll start off very small. So we're going to start off by selecting, let's say, the genre ID and the genre from genre. We'll start off with that. Give you something real easy to do to start off and get your confidence up. Say, oh, I can do that part. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, did I not copy this? Copy. Oh, I know what I did. Paste. There we go. All right. So select genre ID, genre from genre, and here is a list of the 25 genres that are in our database. Okay. So there we go. Now, if we wanted to say select all the films, all the movies, as well as the genre, again, remember we will use our pivot table for that. So let's do that. We're going to say select. Let's get the movie ID. So I'll say m.movie_ID. And let's get g.genre. Yeah, that's it. From movie M, we're going to join. Again, here we need to join our pivot table, which is movie to genre. Say using, what are we using? We're using movie_ID. And then join genre G using genre ID. I think this is it. Yeah, we'll just roll with this. Let's see what happens. Gonna copy this and paste, and we can see what it does. Let's see. Oh, you know what I did? I got the movie ID. I don't want the movie ID. You all knew that. You didn't say anything. We want the movie ID, but also give me m.title. There we go. Yeah, I want the title and the genre. There we go. No one said anything to me, not a mumbling word. There we go. All right, so if we can see here, we have 38 different rows. Okay, why are there 38 rows when we have 15 movies? Because you can see that most movies are classified into more than one genre. Like we have Sharknado right here. It's an actions, B movie, horror, sci-fi. You know, Shrek is adventure, animated, comedy, fantasy, you know, so on and so forth. So you can see here that these movies are in more than one category. Okay, so this is good information for us to be able to understand. All right. So let's do this then. I'm going to group them up, okay, according to the genre. All right. And the way this is going to work is we're going to take each movie and store it, if you will, in whichever genre it fits. I hope that makes sense. Trying to get my words out correctly. Yeah, so in other words, okay, if Sharknado is a action movie, I'm going to store it in the action box. Sharknado is also a B movie, so I'm going to take Sharknado and store it in a B movie box. It's a horror, so I'm going to take it, store it in the horror box, and go so far all the way down the list, so on and so forth. Okay. And the way we do that is we use the group by clause. Okay. So group by clause is going to work like this. We're going to say select, watch this. I'm going to say m.title, g.genre ID, g.genre, spelled correctly, from movie to genre using movie underscore ID. No, I'm sorry. Using movie M. My figure snippet. Using HTML. Join movie to genre using movie ID, and then join genre G using genre ID. And what we want to do is we want to group by G dot genre ID. Okay. So in other words, if it's in this genre, if we're going to group it by the genre ID. So if it has a genre ID of 1, we're going to put it in that box. If it has a genre ID of 2, we're going to store it in this other box, so on and so forth. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Going to copy this and we're going to paste it, and let's see what we get. Oh, we get an error right here. It says expression 1 of select list is not in group by clause and contains non-aggregated column in movie.title, which is not functionally dependent on columns in group by clause. This is incompatible. What that means is we're trying to store in a group the title of the movie when it doesn't fit in what we're trying to do. So it doesn't factor in to the grouping. Therefore, we can't group with it. We have to kick that out. We only need the information that we can group with. Okay. So let's do that. What we're going to do is we're going to remove this m.title. Okay. And we're not going to say from movie. Instead, what we're going to say is we're going to say from movie to genre. Okay. And then we're going to join genre G using genre ID and group by genre ID. Why are we doing it this way? So the movies are stored in the movie to genre table. Okay. So we got to go into the movie to genre table. Okay. And from there, we can use the movie ID, okay, which is there listed, so we can track which movies are attached to which genres if they're in the movie to genre table. So this will do a couple things. One is going to group them all together. It should. Okay. The other thing is if the genre, if a movie is not listed in the as one of the genres, one of our 25 genres, then it won't get included. We won't factor with that because that doesn't exist. So it's going to eliminate those genres that are not listed. Let's see if this works. Aha. So this is working right here because we have 17 rows. Okay. So these are 17 of the 25 genres. So if a genre is not listed here in our results, then what that means is there's not a movie that classifies as one of those as one of those genres. What do I mean? Let's say we got no, not there, right here. Biography. In our database, we don't have any movies that is a biography. Technically, Black Dynamite is a biography because it's about me, but I let them get away with that. I didn't sign off on the rights to it. There was a little bit too much embellishment, and they left all the dirty stuff out. When it comes to me. Anyways, so biography is not one of the movie, or the biography is not one of the genres in our movie to genre table. Okay, so we could go through this and look. We're not going to see biography. Okay, so therefore it is not listed here. Okay, so we group them based on what genres are in the genre, the movie to genre table. Okay, so we're getting somewhere with this. Cool. All right, now what we can add to this And I'm just gonna paste this right here because I want to keep track of what we're doing. What we can do with this is we can find out, we can count using MySQL how many times a genre shows up, because that's what we want to do. Again, the problem that we're trying to solve is find the top 3 genres with the most movies. Okay. So I can count, okay, how many action movies I have. So I here my 17 rows or my 17 genres. I can say, okay, well, how many action movies do I have in the database? How many adventure? How many animated? I can do that with uh, a SQL function that is called count. Okay, and I usually count. Will type my functions in all caps like so. I'm going to say count all, and I'll give this an alias as, I'll say genre count. Okay. And so what this is going to do is it's going to count the total number of times that each genre shows up in the movie to genre table, or that's what it should do. So select g.genre ID, and I'll get rid of the genre ID. Just give me g.genre and the count as genre count from movie to genre, join genre G using genre ID, and then group by g.genre ID. All right. Gonna copy this and paste this. And look at what we have here. So we have the genre and we have the genre count. So this means that there are 4 action movies in our database. There's 2 adventure, 1 animated, so on and so forth. You can see that here. So what does that mean? Well, what we can understand from this is that say I want to watch, a fantasy movie or a family movie. Hey, let's check out, what family movies are available. And, you know, I want to see how many there are. Again, you may have to do some kind of report. Here's how we do it. And we can say, look and say, oh, we only have 1 family movie in our database. Well, you guys probably should do something about that, because now it looks like I need to have the authorities monitoring your activities, um, unless you got some kind of permit. Anyways, so we can list the genre count to go along with our movies. So let's take this a step further. Again, I'm going to copy and paste it right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to display them in order to make it a little bit easier to read. Because again, I want the top 3. Okay, so find the top 3 genres with the most movies. So I'm going to add order by, and I can order by count all, and I'll say descending. So that way it starts with the most and works its way down. Going to copy that and paste. And there, now we can see comedy, drama, action, fantasy, so on, so blah, 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 blah. Okay. So cool. This just about answers our question. It solves our problem, because we wanted to find the top 3 genres with the most movies. And with this right here, I mean, that's enough. We could do it. Yeah. Okay. But what we're going to do, we're going to add something here. We got a couple things. First, I want to say, okay, well, I know if it has, let's say 2 movies, I don't even want to include this. Okay. That's where we're going to use our having clause. Okay. So the having clause is attached to the group by, and it's like, I guess you could say it provides, or it asks for, a condition similar to the where clause. But we can group it by the having clause. Okay, so let's do that. So we're going to say select g.genre. Let me paste this right here. I'm going to add to this. So I'm going to say group by genre ID. And then what I'm going to say is having, and I will say the count has to be greater than 2. So I'll say count star, I'll say greater than or equal to 3. I'll say that. So it's got to have at least 3 movies to even be considered. And I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste. And there we can see our list is slimmed down even more. We have comedy, drama, action, fantasy, and sci-fi, because these genres have 3 or more movies. All right. And last thing I'm going to do to this to solve
from your calendar,
the problem.
Appointment with therapy site.
Echo, stop. Last thing I want to do is I'm going to Echo, stop.
Therapy sites appointment.
Echo, stop. Let's limit 3. Put my business all out there. All right, so select g.genre, count all as genre count from movie to genre, join genre G using genre ID, group by g.genre ID, having count is greater than equal to 3, order by count descending, limit 3. So this is going to give us the top 3. And we do that, and there you see comedy, drama, and action. So that solved our problem right there. If you're learning this, don't ever think that you can just try to do this on the first rip and get it correct. Okay. We started off small. We start off with something basic, a query that we could do. Okay. And then we just built on it each time, adding a different wrinkle to our query to get to work, even so much as we had a query. I think I got rid of it. That didn't work at first because we added that movie ID and movie.title here in this query, and we I deleted it. But you even see, like, in the process, you get an error, and that's fine if you get an error. Okay. The thing is, like, how do you fix the error? All right. So yes, that's that on that. And so again, you see with that group by, we can store, well, we can come back with some kind of reporting, if you will, and we can store our information into different groups and then return the group itself as a record. Okay, so that's how we do group by and having. And this will be enough for this video. And the next video, I think what we'll do is we'll look at subqueries and what those are and what they do. Yeah, I want to save that for another video. Okay. So, you're watching this video. You really like it. Say, hey, I really like this video. I'm going to thumbs up this video. And then also share it and subscribe and leave comments and stuff like that. Say, you know what? You are a great teacher. I'm learning so much right now. I don't know where any of this is going. I don't understand why we're doing this, but I know that I can do it. And I thank you for that. I appreciate you for that, because you don't have to do this. You really don't. You could be doing something else with your life, right? You really could, but yet and still, you take the time to show me how to do this information, how to code, how to write in MySQL. I didn't know I could do this, but now I know I can. Maybe I'm not great. Maybe I'm still a little bit terrible, but it's okay because I can do it. And I appreciate that. Anyways, I will catch you on the next video where we're going to work on subqueries.